Everybody loves walking around Shuk Machane Yehuda. It's in Yerushalayim. Everybody's speaking Hebrew. But that doesn't mean that everything that they're selling here is something that we want to put in our mouth. We're going to be walking around the Shuk today with Rabbi Ezra Friedman to understand what we want to put in our mouths and what we probably don't. Hello, Rabbi Friedman. How are you?
Bobby, amazing being in the Shuk with you today. Simchas, brises, shabrachot. So what's unique about the wine of Israel is we have these added laws of truma to masrot, right? Tithes. It's like in America, we don't have these laws, but we have a Kohen, a Levi, so we have to take off tithes.
Today we still take truma to masrot, but we don't give it to the Kohen or Levi because we're not sure who's a real Kohen and who's a real Levi.
Right.
So the truma to masrot are taken, and then what do they do with it?
So it's actually very, very interesting because we can't give it to the Kohen, but it has certain holiness, so we can't feed it ourselves. We actually dispose of it in an appropriate manner. We put through it, and we don't pour it in the garbage. We put it through some kind of pipe to the sewage in a manner, and you watch. And it's amazing. I go to these wineries where the people are, we're talking about 30, 40,000 liters. So a lot of them they're throwing out because they want to keep kosher. And it's amazing to see this. There's no other test of go to a company in Europe and say, if you want to be kosher, throw out 40% of your food or 10% of your food. They say, I'm not going to be kosher. So it's amazing seeing it. And there's always a ceremony and rabbis come. It's very special.
But when they know that the amount of grapes that are going to grow on their vines is coming from somebody above, they know he's going to give them an extra 10%.
100%.
They're not worried.
You're absolutely right. Wine in Israel, there's always a question about mevushal and non-mevushal, right?
Cooked or not cooked.
Right, so let's hear. See the wine that says non-mevushal. What does non-mevushal mean? That it was not at all heated up or pasteurized. It's fresh from the barrel to the bottle.
Right.
What does that mean? That means that when it's not mevushal, if somebody who's non-Jewish, which is more common in America when you have a non-Jewish help or an event, or somebody who doesn't keep Shabbos, can't touch this wine. We're used to wine in America, all mevushal, right? You go to a restaurant in New York, in California, in Chicago, it's all mevushal. It's always important to make sure, Avi,
especially here in Israel,
that everything is here. You'll see non-mevushal or mevushal, right? Let's take another OU. Let's take
if it has an OU, can we be sure that it's mevushal?
It'll say explicitly. What's that, Ravavi?
Everybody loves bartender,
of course.
Right? Famous OU. How should I know if this is mevushal or not?
Oh, so it's supposed to be explicitly written on the back. Important, mevushal.
Mevushal, but it's written in Hebrew.
Right.
Because you're in Israel.
Right. So the label in America.
So people should know how to spell mevushal and be able to identify it.
Right. Mem bet vav shin lamed. But Eretz Yisrael is the land of wine. It's one of our 7 species. So here it says lelo chashash orla. So orla is interesting. Orla is that if you have for the first 3 years that a fruit tree grows, you can't eat the fruit. In America, we're lenient that any doubt regarding orla is mutter. In Israel, we're not. In Israel, it's from the Torah. So it's very important to see that there's no chashash orla. And that's true when you have trees in your house as well. But you have to make sure that the fruit is from the 4th year and onwards.